we need to start getting hurt again. We are breeding a generation of pampered feelings. We are breeding a generation protected by the block button. We are breeding a generation of ghosts. We don't understand what it's like to plan how you're going to meet a person face to face to let them know that things just aren't working out. Believe it or not, we used to believe a phone call, not a text, was too informal and rude to end something. We would meet in person, a ritual that used to take time, consideration, and thought. An uncomfortable situation, but ultimately one that gave closure, be it with tears, screams, or a kiss on the cheek, sometimes even breakup sex. You will remember this moment and grow from it. You won't remember the person you erased from your life. But why take the time to consider someone else's feelings when we have been taught by every app, every program, every avenue of our life that we can just mute the other person and focus on ourselves? When I say a generation, I don't mean millennials or Gen Z. I mean everyone who is adopting online dating into their life. It is easier this way. It is convenient. Because honestly, no one likes being hurt. So if you show us a way to avoid it, we will. It is part of human nature. We forget that our lack of pain often brings it to others. But we are sheltering it so much that instead of touching the hot pot and learning not to do it again, we just ghost the stove. Example, you're talking to someone, something during said conversation triggers you in one way or another, you say nothing. You wait until the conversation is over and start frantically searching for the block button before they realize they even made a mistake or slipped up on a sentence that could have been or had different meaning. And since these apps put the block button right up front and center, right in your face, it's really very hard to ignore them. There are no second chances. There is just a rush to purge. And immediately after the purge, you don't have to feel bad. Have a moment of self-reflection or healing. You just swipe right and start talking to the next person, waiting for them to trigger you, and the process repeats. I've talked about this ready to purge state in depth before on another podcast, but I believe we need to look further than the consequence of our society and look at the process of resolving it. Receiving a little heartache or prepping human consideration in how you deliver the bad news to one another is one of the missing ingredients. How can you grow when you have all these apps and online portals holding your hand with the block button at the ready? There is no more growing from our experiences, only pushing them down into a repressed memory state called the block list. We have taken the human connection out of the human connection, and it is hurting us as a species. The amount of times you could totally avoid just making someone else feel empty just by giving them the humane benefit of an explanation. But why should you do that? Facebook, Instagram, OkCupid, Tinder, Hinge, they all just have the block button. Why should you do anything above and beyond what society is shoving down our throats as the norm? Well, I guess herein lies the rub. You don't have to, but you should. You should start getting hurt again. You should be open to hurting as well, because ultimately it makes you stronger, kinder, more compassionate, and less of an automated process in a system designed to keep you entwined. 99 out of 100 times, someone will be happier to move on if you're honest with them rather than waking up to, this person doesn't exist. It leaves an emptiness and a pit in the other person's stomach, wondering, did the app break? Was there a glitch? Or did I do something terrible? Or was I just not good enough? Logical? No. But illogical thoughts in illogical moments brought on by these apps are logical. You think Tinder's business model benefits from you finding love? Do you think Hinge really wants to be the dating app you delete? No, it benefits from you coming back. Why else would it have a 6-month to 12-month subscription up front? Think about that for a second. So perhaps instead of using the tools these apps present us in such a disconnected from human feeling and emotion, we should start using the apps the way we want. When they stop working in the way we expect and deserve, we should stop using them altogether, forcing them to work for us and not the other way around. This is a business. We speak with our wallets. Stop paying to be manipulated and claim your right to start getting hurt again, Because what you may learn is when you open yourself up to being hurt, you inadvertently decrease it. Not that you won't feel the heartache or the pit in your stomach, but you allow yourself the mind space to heal and grow from the hurt, getting you out there sooner to meet the person you are meant to be with, not hiding from all the people you are afraid they might be.